Hey, Eric.
Oh, hey, Chris.
We just got done voting for the theme of our next mini-series on patreon.com/retroam. It was traditional JRPG versus God Bless the Ring.
Chris, what is God Bless the Ring?
God Bless the Ring is a
sub-brand of the Retrograde Amnesia banner. There you go.
Sub-brand where we would cover games where there is some sort of fighting. Originally, it was supposed to be fighting games, but basically any sort of action game named after Air Guy's God Bless the Ring, right?
Right. What is the one game under the God Bless the Ring? Or excuse me, the two games we've covered under this banner before?
We've done the Bouncer podcast, which retroactively christened as a God Bless the Ring podcast.
Right.
And then we also did a Double Dragon podcast with our good friend Mark
Shepard.
Thanks,
and Double
Mark.
Dragon 2.
And Double Dragon 2, that's right. We covered both of them. I think we did the NES versions, arcade versions. We looked at the whole thing. Eric wrote some...
Don't forget Turbo CD, Chris.
Yes, Eric wrote some creative fiction for his fights. It was really good.
All right, you can look that up in July 2021.
Yeah, just
find it.
Just Google God Bless the Ring.
Anyway, what are the...
That one, the patrons have selected God Bless the Ring as the theme for the next $5 miniseries. In order to decide which game we were going to cover there, we stacked up 3 games. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, Shenmue, and God Hand. A game that we've kind of joked about doing a podcast for years, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, all of these, it is tough to get through an episode of this podcast without having a Metal Gear reference. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. I really did think that Metal Gear was going to win. I thought Shenmue had a really good chance, but Eric, God Hand won.
Wow. Got quite a pair to pick that. Time for a little fun.
Because God Hand wants to be God blessed by the ring. So we will all be blessed by the God Hand on patreon.com/retroam in the near future.
Coming early to mid 2024.
Something like that. Yeah, sounds right. Would you like to hear some hot sounds that I have recorded?
Yes.
Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast where we discuss classic Japanese role-playing games, chapter by chapter, beat by beat. Welcome back to Season 5, where we are covering Xenosaga Episode 1, Durandal, Vermont. My name is Chris, and I'm joined here live in the basement by Eric. Hello, Eric.
The only blue life that matters is Sonic.
That's true. Speaking of blue life, I forgot to turn the podcast lights on in the background because the RealNet is watching us on a video feed at patreon.com/retroam. Welcome, RealNet. You are a collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. Hi. Nice to see you again.
We're also joined by the Fake Net, our post-production AI companion. Chris is changing the lights as I speak, which is not good for brain concentration. Anyway, the Fake Net also knows what's at the top of the mountain in Jusant.
Initializing Fake Net.
It doesn't take a polished knob to know that it doesn't matter what's up there. The whole point is the journey, the experience of the ascent.
Great.
What's your favorite climbing game, Chris?
My favorite climbing game is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, I think.
That's what I thought you were going to go with. Mine's Grow Home.
Grow Home. Oh, yeah. I've never played Grow Home, but I've seen it. Jusant is the one that came out recently that kind of takes the hooks from Breath of the Wild and turns it into a singular climbing game, correct? Sort of?
I think it borrows from Grow Home more than Breath of the Wild. But
good.
It is definitely a left trigger, right trigger, climb up this mountain, figure out the puzzles, get through a climbing game.
Good.
We need more games where you don't kill people with guns.
Oh, you mean like with swords?
Right.
I did notice watching the Game Awards the other day that there's it's very barren in the like first-person shooter type games. Like there's a lot of, let's call them stylish action games being announced these days, which is kind of cool because those games were kind of few and far between back in the, the early PS3, Xbox 360 days.
Yeah, Devil May Cry 4 almost killed everything.
Yeah, and then Devil May Cry 5, I guess, brought everything back. I don't know. We would have to trace the history there. Glad to see that, although some of them are looking kind of samey, but, it doesn't matter. I just play Vampire Survivor likes. It's fine.
Yeah, no, that's great. You're maturing into a full adult with your minimal input video games. Speaking of minimal input, it's time for a cutscene.
It is. We're in the middle of a cutscene, right?
Right.
Just got arrested.
Let's just stack up our cutscenes.
By the police.
Well, the Lapis cop, the federal police, the space marshals. What do you want to classify Lapis as? A government goon? Fed?
Lapis Roman is a space cop.
Just cop.
Space cop. Yeah,
Agent,
like a Fed.
Agent of the state.
A Fed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Space police.
Speaking of which, Lapis Roman, we might have already pointed this out, but Lapis Roman is the name in this game that makes me roll my eyes the hardest.
Oh, Lapis Roman, do you think it's going for the Gundam, or do you think it's just, this is what it is?
Lapis Roman is probably the closest Gundam name in here. Margulis would be there if Margulis had a last name.
What about Guinan Kukai?
Guinan Kukai is pretty good, but like
It has the alliteration at the end.
it does, but Gundam names usually have some semblance of like it being a real name.
Guinan Kukai is more of a Zeus Society name, is what you're telling me.
I think so.
Okay.
Yes, for the people at home, the Zeus Society is a secret society that Eric made up in high school.
Yeah, right. Full of people with wonderful names like Jack Gideon
Yes,
and Peter Talbot,
Peter's.
Cinder Jacobs. Do some more Zeus Society names?
Yes.
Doug Blizzard.
Doug Blizzard. That's pretty good.
Anyway, we are in the residential district of the Durandal. We're in Shion's room. Ziggy speaks first. He thinks all of this shit is orchestrated.
Yep.
The fleet deployment came too quickly. They must have been prepared to ensure that Momo would return to them, regardless of what happened. Or perhaps ensnaring Second Miltia was part of their plan from the very beginning.
So this is all part of the recover Momo thing? Like the feds had multiple plans to recover the Momo?
I think what Ziggy's saying is he's the character in a movie that says, this one goes straight to the top.
That's right.
You know, it's like everything is coming together in terms of the scenarios and their intersections with Momo.
Junior adds context.
As a neutral territory, Second Miltia was invested with a whole bunch of rights and legal privileges after the Miltian conflict. There are a whole lot of folks who still have problems with that, even outside of the UTIC organization.
Is he saying that, like, problems with what? Problems with the excess power that they've been granted here?
I think since Second Miltia was the natural point to move on after Miltia and a central focus of government, some people tend to believe they have too many special rights.
Okay, gotcha. All right, interesting. Is Junior saying that the Second Miltian government is too woke?
Yes.
Okay.
This has to do with woke, specifically.
All right, good.
They're too woke. Ziggy goes on to state his mission at Pleroma was a setup, part of a larger plan for the frame job. Momo whines about mommy.
Yeah, of course.
But then Chaos lays it out clearly.
You don't think there are UTIC members within the subcommittee itself?
Chris, are there bad actors on the council of fucked up guys?
Yes, we've seen them talking to Margulis, right?
Are they all bad guys? Is anyone genuine in this fucked up guy council?
They're fucked up guys, so by definition, they're probably bad.
And they're all working their own angles, or they're all in subgroups working similar angles?
Yeah. Is this another situation where Chaos is saying something that he knows explicitly, but rephrasing it as a question, as to continually be treated like a regular person?
To not give himself away, but lead the group down the path that he wants them to go on?
Yeah. Because he's done this multiple times.
Chaos provides order.
Sort of.
Alan can believe this shit.
It's not inconceivable. Perhaps it was the very person who arranged for Momo's rescue, Dr. Yuri Mizrahi herself.
Momo maintains her belief in the integrity of Mommy, getting so upset that Shion admonishes Alan for speaking the truth.
Mommy would never do something like that. Alan?
Sorry.
My dude folds and apologizes, and it fades to black.
He doesn't just fold, he sulks.
Yeah, sulks.
Yes.
Shulks. That's the power of the Minato.
Shulk.
Minato's power.
He shulks.
Durandal, residential area. You're not going to believe this. It's another cutscene.
Yeah, it's fading in from the, or it fades into like a downward shot with Lapis Roman walking down the hallway.
Can we commission a picture of Guinan Kukai in Lapis Roman? Like, you know that famous picture of the farmer and his wife?
American Gothic, a 1930 painting by Grant Wood.
He's got like the bald head and the pitchfork and the barn. We need to do that with Guinan and Lapis and have like, I don't know, Choo Choo in the background. Like they're married.
We can do that.
Can we do that? I just impulsively had that idea and could not speak truth to power.
Yeah, the art guy, Worldson, DM'd me the other day and said, hey, you got anything for me? So, you know.
Okay, great. Yeah. Just make sure it's 46 by 50. Guinan and Lapis are moseying down a hall in the Durandal's residential area. They stop by a vending machine where Lapis hands Guinan a compact black box. What is it?
A cell phone?
It's a fucking cell phone, and it rings.
Handing somebody a cell phone out of a box is somewhat of a power move.
Yeah.
But like, my question is like, why does that box need to exist? Is that because to
smuggle the cell phone,
hide the signals?
Yeah.
Hide the 5G?
No, I think it's to hide it's a cell phone because Lapis like can tell people it's her special space cop handcuffs, and then they won't check it because she has authority and respect.
Gotcha. All right.
Motherfucking Helmer is on the other line, and when it cuts over to him, my man is sitting alone in a blissed out battle station.
Yeah.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Guinan. I'm in a somewhat difficult position myself at the moment, but I'm doing what I can with the Federation Parliament. Now, the woman beside you is Captain Lapis Roman. Several years ago, I sent her to infiltrate the military in order to keep tabs on the UTIC members within it. She is one of my most trusted subordinates.
So Utic has infiltrated the government, and Helmer has infiltrated the government with people that are on that work for him or have the same interests as him.
That's what I'm picking up here. And my question is there anyone normal in this government, or is everybody like an agent of some other organization?
That's what I was going to ask. I think the answer is probably there are normal people in the government, but we are not going to be privy to any of their names.
Yeah.
Because this is a Takahashi game.
Right. And we only need to know the important characters.
We only need the scenario people. By the way, did you peep Helmer's phone?
No. What is it?
It's a big old fucking handle, old-timey time phone. It has no cord or anything, but it's just a big, I want
to believe Helmer has an appreciation for retro aesthetics, and like, because it has no cord or anything, it's not like a real retro thing, but it's like one of those cheap, kitschy things made to look like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Helmer's tasteless. I think if there were more following of the scenario guys and these organizations, the only way this could all end is in a Reservoir Dogs Mexican standoff type thing. But since we don't actually care about those other characters, it cannot proceed like that.
Yeah.
Like the spies all discovered they're all spies for different organizations, and they all just shoot each other.
It would be believable if that were to happen as this game unfolded, but I don't think they go in that direction.
You can get rid of a lot of minor characters that way. It's unfortunate.
That's true.
Anyway, Chris, I knew that Lapis was a double agent because it had to be, and also she salutes when Helmer says her name.
Yes, she's programmed a little bit.
Guinan remarks how Helmer is always prepared, and Helmer responds that caution is something that comes naturally with age. Chris, is that true?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You think so?
Yes.
Like when you see people doing dangerous activity, do you just think you shouldn't be doing that shit? Or you should slow down?
All the time. Like when you see a kid jump off the back of a couch or whatever, you're like,
yeah.
I would love to do that, but also, no.
Oh, I can do that. I'm going to go upstairs and do it after we get done with this.
You can do it if you want to.
Jump off your couch.
Yeah.
Don't slide off the swing set and break your bones.
Yesterday at my kids' Taekwondo practice, they had a lot of the kids they were using like a folding chair to jump off of to like...
That's not safe.
No, it's not safe. But many of the kids were extremely excited to do it.
Oh yeah,
because they were practicing them through their leg motions in the air and stuff like that. So it was kind of neat.
Folding chairs are just for professional wrestling, not Taekwondo self-defense courses.
Sorry, you tell them.
Helmer also says that Lapis is going to investigate the Durandal's records before someone fucks with them. Guinan copies that, telling Helmer he'll give the Durandal's master key to Lapis. But then an aide whispers something in Helmer's ear.
There's an EPR comm from the CEO of Vector.
You want an EPR comm?
Yeah, that's what she says.
Do you want to look up EPR comm?
We can try. There's the aid I think looks like a Series 100, by the way. Or a 100 series, excuse me.
Oh, the aid. Okay, yeah.
We can look it up real quick.
Let's do it. Use your new battle station, Chris.
EPR, parentheses, EPR paradox. A paradoxical theory presented in 1935 by Albert Einstein, Boris Politsky, and Nathan Rosen in support of their argument that quantum mechanics still falls short in its explanation of reality. A simple theoretical experiment to illustrate this paradox consists of a particle decaying into two identical particles. Because the internal angular momentum or spin of the particle must be conserved, the two decaying particles will have two opposing spins. As these particles decay, they are launched in opposite directions. When the distance between two particles reaches a great distance, say several light years, the spin of one of the particles is measured. At the precise moment the spin of one particle is determined, the spin of the other can be determined to be in the opposite direction because the two spins must equal zero. Got that? Herein lies the paradox, since quantum mechanics dictates that the intrinsic property of an entity cannot be determined until it is actually measured. By determining the spin of the second particle several light years away without measuring it, the experiment would introduce the existence of some strange force that can transmit the information of the first particle's spin to the second particle faster than the speed of light, a force that cannot be explained by quantum mechanics.
Like, I already knew that, obviously. I just wanted you to tell the listeners what that meant. What the fuck was it? Was it a cell phone?
There is also something called the EPR radar, a radar which utilizes the EPR paradox to overcome limits imposed by the speed of light. Its effective range is thousands of light years across. So what this means is it's a fucking long distance call, Eric.
Okay, great. Thank you. I'm glad that there's intense lore for the reason we can talk between space.
Yes.
So we're using wormholes to communicate faster.
I wouldn't call them wormholes. I would call them...
space paradoxes?
Yes, that works better, I think. I don't know if it works, but it works better than wormholes. Yeah, the CEO of Vector, by the way, is Wilhelm, if you don't know.
Helmer takes the call, parting with Guinan, but promising to let him know if there's any new developments. The two men, clearly old friends, then joke about how busy each of them are these days. Cuts and we stay with Helmer right as the Zoom projection unfolds with Wilhelm. They exchange pleasantries, with Helmer saying he hasn't spoken to Wilhelm since he...
We haven't spoken since you resigned as executive committee director.
In your mind, Chris, your corporate world, what the hell is the executive committee director? The director of SOS?
Executive committee director of what?
The director.
Okay, Helmer resigned as the executive committee director.
No,
So-
I think Wilhelm did.
Oh, Wilhelm did. You're right. We haven't spoken since you resigned as the executive committee director. So there must have been... Okay, I got it. Wilhelm was the chair of a council of fucked up guys. Whether or not it's the same council as the fucked up guys that we've seen we're unable to determine that, but he did have some sort of role in the Federation government.
Do you think Wilhelm conquered that role and became champion of his own council of fucked up guys and ascended to a singular council of fucked up guys with a red acolyte only? Like his new council is him in the Red Testament?
Yeah, and you know how you do that, right? You leverage the power that you've acquired in government to move into the private sector.
The will to power.
The will to power to move into the private sector.
That's right.
That's
Use your government job to get a cushy,
yes,
right.
That's how it works, right?
Nice.
I mean, there's plenty of examples of that in American government. I'm sure in governments all across the world.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask the fake net to look it up because that'll be hard.
It's too many of them.
Yes.
Wilhelm no-sells that and gets to business. He wants to make a recommendation to the parliament.
Actually, my concerns have even prompted me to dispatch the Damarung, which is currently underway to the Miltian system.
It's the first time we've heard the term Damarung?
I think so.
Okay.
He has concerns. I like how he labels it as concerns, as in you're getting ready to have your Kukai Foundation overridden by crazed federalists.
Yeah.
Helmer is like, whoa, buddy, what are these concerns? Wilhelm alludes to it being UTIC related, and it can only mean they're after one thing.
The original Zohar in stasis on Miltia, and...
Udo.
Udo.
Yeah.
They're after the Udo. Is this the first Udo drop we've had?
No, we've already had Helmer.
Helmer said...
Helmer.
His name's Elmer now. We're calling him Elmer.
Helmer's glue.
Helmer's Fud.
Helmer Fud. No, he said it before when he was talking to, I think, Guinan.
But Helmer, the word Udo has only come out of Helmer's mouth so far.
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay. This motherfucker loves Udo.
Yeah, loves Udo. We have no idea what Udo is yet, but it is some sort of force. And I think that did answer a question that we had in the past, or at least I had in the past, where the sealed off original Miltia and the Zohar are in the same vicinity.
And they're also in stasis, which is a very strange word to use there, meaning it's frozen in time, preserved.
Or like it's the same thing that's like locked in secret space because they don't have like the column coordinates or whatever.
Is it locked? Do they not know where it is? Or is it locked in like a shadow version of space that's in a time paradox where time can't move forward or backwards? Nothing rots, nothing fades away. It's all just stuck.
I think that's plausible. But all we know is that it's locked and there is some sort of key of Nebuchadnezzar to open it up.
In Miltia didn't get space fucked like Ariadne, right? It's differently fucked?
Yeah, it's differently fucked.
Okay. So there's not going to be some giant gnosis we have to go explore with Miltia in it.
I wonder if there's a difference between the original Zohar and what it does to planets when it is activated versus the other ones, because the other ones are the ones that cause the other planets to disappear, I think, right?
Think so, or it's gnosis interference. Like gnosis are attracted to the emulators because they can't tell a distinction between.
Oh, is this like the angels and the Lance of Longinus and Lilith and all that in Nerve headquarters?
It's possible.
Yeah,
it's possible.
It's third impact kind of shit.
Spear of Longinus, please.
Lance
of Lilith, Spear of Longinus. What? Third impact.
Lance of Longinus. That's how I say it.
But the Spear of Lilith. Never mind. This isn't important. Chris is the.
What do you mean? The Spear of Lilith isn't important?
The Spear of Lilith is different from the Lance of Longina. There's two fucking things piercing that goddamn thing in the basement, right?
That might have been... Have you seen the rebuilds?
Yeah. I can't tell the difference between those anymore.
I think that might have been the rebuilds, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Can we please not talk about Evangelion for at least
You're the one who fucking
more
said Key of Nebuchadnezzar. You got it in my head.
Key of Nebuchadnezzar transcends Evangelion on this podcast. It's a meme on this podcast. I'm allowed to use it. No anime hat required.
Chris, is the original Zohar our equivalent of missing nukes, like those nuclear weapons that sunk on submarines and are fundamentally unrecoverable by any sane nation?
Yeah.
We have nukes at the bottom of like some real deep trenches and submarines that got fucked up.
I think probably, yeah. I think that's pretty close to a real world analog.
Chris, did you know the United States military, through various airplane accidents, has lost 6 nuclear weapons? How many do you think are buried in North Carolina?
3?
1.
Where?
Goldsboro. Yeah, hit the fucking ground so hard it's in there forever. Let me go get it?
Goldsboro, eh? Wow. No, I don't want to get that. I don't want to be anywhere near it.
It cuts to a shot of a planet looking relatively normal, suddenly engulfed in demon energy with all bodies of water turning red and sinister.
Is Udo that demon energy? We were just talking about Udo, now we see demon energy.
I think Udo just voodooed the planet and made it fucked up with demon energy.
Okay, what
Udo
planet?
is the demon energy. I think Miltia. I think this is the fuckage of Miltia.
Okay.
It has to be because he just said Udo. Now we're seeing mysterious demon energy do bad stuff to planet.
Okay.
While
Good.
talking about Miltia.
Pandora's box. Yoki Mizrahi.
Miltia's corruption. Helmer, and I agree with him, tells Wilhelm they cannot allow the shit to be awakened again. Wilhelm no-sells that, then inquires about his staff and Cosmos, which are under Helmer's care. Helmer apologizes, citing the fucked upness between the Miltian government and the Kukai Foundation. Wilhelm's like, oh, of course. But he wants Helmer to pass a message to Guinan on his behalf.
Tell him that we'll lend him Cosmos for a while and he can use her as he sees fit. We still have time before the Zohar project commences, and in the worst-case scenario, she'll definitely be of use. We'll have the 2nd R&D division and the tactical sim lab provide support.
Helmer's like, yo, are you sure?
Are you sure? Isn't that top secret?
My enigmatic dude replies.
It's a calculated risk. From our point of view, the more real-world data we get, the better.
So everything's like a test to get data for Cosmos?
Yeah.
This whole civilization-ending gnosis thing is we're just getting data? It's a data-gathering experiment?
Yeah, we're filling out the spreadsheet.
Okay.
Basically.
That's fun. I like filling out spreadsheets.
Yeah,
I get it. The two end the conversation. Helmer spins his chair around, stands to look out of his massive office window, and for the 3rd time says,
Udo.
Udo.
Fade to black. My guy loves Udo. It's all he thinks about.
Yeah, that's all I would think about too if I knew about it.
Durandal cutscene. We're back with Lapis and 2 armed guards opening the door to our heroes on the Durandal. Chris Lapis is all about business. She says the preliminary inquiry shall now begin. She sits down at the table across from Momo and Shion. Lapis has a large mug of coffee, which I think was already there. Lapis immediately comes clean.
I am an agent working for Representative Helmer of the 2nd Miltian Parliament.
She's an FBI agent, Chris.
Yeah.
I am an FBI agent! I know, man. Isn't it wild?
Told you she was a Fed.
That's right. You can smell it a mile away.
She had that energy, yeah.
Johnny Utah-looking ass. Lapis also takes time to tell the crew that her escort cop is also cool, even though no cops are cool. Music startup test plays as Lapis debriefs us further.
We can go into detail later, but for now I'll just debrief you on the current situation. You are presently under the custody of the Federation government and the military. I'll be honest with you. The way things are now, within a few hours, she'll be turned over to anti-Miltian forces, specifically the UTIC organization. Soon after, the 2nd Miltian government will be stripped of all its authority. At this moment, Representative Helmer is working with the leaders of the Miltian Parliament to buy us additional time. However, our opponent's skillful manipulation requires us to find concrete proof of your innocence.
I'm like, this is for Cosmos? What is the she in she'll be turned over to anti-Miltian forces? Is that Momo or Cosmos?
Momo.
Okay.
I think.
The Durandal, is the Durandal a she? Who's getting what?
No, I don't think so. I think they're talking about Momo.
During this, the camera is shifting to crazy different angles to spice this shit up. My favorite is the complete overhead top-down angle.
Yeah.
You got a favorite angle here, Chris?
My favorite angle was actually earlier when the camera was slowly panning across the conference table.
Oh, good. A long pan. Shion wonders how they can prove their innocence, and Lapis repeats her line about needing conclusive evidence about their innocence, which is an insane thing to say. Shion repeats conclusive evidence, and now Shion is Fei Fong Wong. Shion asks Lapis about the Wuglanday's black box. Chris, it's 2400 black box technology still on board aircraft.
Still there, yeah.
Lapis tells the gang that they recovered it, but that it's fucked, and it's been manipulated to reflect the bullshit right down to the time axis. Junior regrets shooting up the database on the UTIC battleship. Also, wasn't even chasing down that UTIC ship just part of Junior's revenge plot? Wasn't that unnecessary? He just did it because he was, angry or whatever?
No, remember that chasing down the UTIC battleship.
Yeah, getting revenge. After they had escaped, he went and hunted it down? Or was that just the anime?
I think, we had to go in there because that's when you had Generic Soldier and Mary.
We had to, but I didn't. No, Generic Soldier and Mary was the exploration of the Wuglanday. The UTIC battleship was Junior by himself, right?
I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree. The Wuglanday, they were there from but the UTIC battleship is when we played with Junior going through that, and they had to go to the bridge to download some data. That's where they were talking about linking with your sister and whatnot.
Oh, right. Sister link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having your Kaiser think about your thoughts.
Right.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Kaiser Sose.
Yeah.
Chaos asks about the Durandal's database.
A record of the battle against the Utic should still be there. Can't we use that to prove our innocence?
But Lapis sighs.
Standard databases are too easily modified. I'm not certain how reliable they would be as evidence.
Oh, too easy to deepfake.
Susceptible to hacker technology like deepfaking.
Yes.
Lapis thinks about a true solution.
If we had something that even the owner couldn't change, say a system with a AAA class encryption, then maybe.
You mean AAA?
Junior cannot believe this shit. He doesn't think that you can find systems with AAA levels of protection just lying around. I don't think that either, Chris. You don't just get that off the street.
Yeah.
You don't find systems with that kind of protection just lying around. For something like that, you need the Federation government's mother frame or the UMN operating system.
Mother brain.
Fucking... What is the origin of Mother Brain like that? Was it the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo Power, the show, the fucking...
I have no idea.
Just, I have
Do you want to ask
vision of
FakeNet?
someone going, Mother Brain! Like, and it's slightly racist. What is that?
Initializing FakeNet. It's the depiction of Mother Brain on that awful piece of shit Captain N, the Game Master.
My brainwaves are tuned to it. Anything that happens to Metroid happens to me.
Yeah.
It's fine. She read our minds. Shion ends her current dissociation, exclaiming that they have one of those. It's called Cosmos.
Yeah.
Cosmos database has a recording of the battle against the Gnosis on board the Woglinde. If we enter that as evidence...
That's tough though, Chris, because Alan points out that to access it, we'll need the keys from both the Federation government and headquarters.
Yep, that's two.
I didn't know Cosmos had like a dual key start system. You think it's one in each ear? You both turn at the same time, like one of those doors that guard stuff?
The Fatima Jasper, where you had to have one eyeball and the other eyeball. Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Fatima Jasper looking ass. That was actually cooler. You both have to stare into Cosmos' eyes simultaneously.
Yeah.
Shion then says a sentence that no human should be able to understand, but I do.
Yeah?
By diving into the encephalon and experiencing the record ourselves, we can make a copy through the connection gear.
Connection gear, that's something that we saw in our menus at one point.
Connection gear?
Yeah, it's one of the plugins for the thingy thing.
Oh, right, yeah, a plugin for the thing. That's right.
Yeah.
But Alan says that shit's impossible. They don't have a dive unit. Chris, Shion wants to use the service module's simple dive unit.
Oh, yeah, we've got one of those.
Yeah, but Alan ain't having that. It's a violation of protocol. Shion's sick of his shit. They have no other choice. Fuck protocol. Lapis cuts to it, saying the only real problem they have is getting to Cosmos, because she's somewhere else and they're in Shion's room.
Yes.
And the murder robot's back on the Elsa or something. She then brandishes some kind of remote device and clicks it and pops Ziggy's handcuffs. Was Ziggy the only one handcuffed? And is it funnier if he was or wasn't?
I think, let me check. Let me check the tape.
Is it because he has cyborg powers?
That's what I was wondering. Yeah, he's the only one handcuffed. Because I'm looking at the image now when they're talking about it, and everyone is standing with their arms down to their side, except for Ziggy, whose arms are behind his back.
That's an underestimation of Chaos, by the way.
Yeah, that is true. But, you know,
he can't show his
They don't know about anime, so they don't know about how strong he is.
That's right. Lapis has never seen anime.
Yes.
She then tosses the device to Shion, suggesting it'll open any locked doors on the ship that Junior owns and operates through his private company, the Kukai Foundation. How's Lapis going to sell that to her bosses, Chris? Do you think Lapis might get fired?
Well, she's got a helmet to cover for her.
Or is this her play? Like, she's been in this long to, like, bust a move right now.
Yeah, she's got a helmet to cover for her, I think. I don't think it's a zero sum. I think regardless if Lapis fails her perceived mission to wrangle these people, then she's going to be fine because the paradigm is going to shift after all of this happens.
Good point.
Because there's like a war coming, basically.
Yeah, none of that shit's going to matter. In any case, she'll say they were careless, but to make it look legitimate, someone needs to beat the shit out of her.
Yeah.
This is why Ziggy was released.
Yes.
She doesn't have to ask. Ziggy already knows. He asks her if she's sure. Lapis replies, otherwise.
But to make it look legitimate, you'll need to knock me out.
You sure?
Otherwise, no one would believe it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chris, is this a fetish? Does Lapis want a cyborg to beat the shit out of her? I only ask this because it's something that I also frequently daydream about and also want.
I don't think this is particularly a fetish for Lapis. She's about to work, I think.
Okay, this is just all necessary for the job. She doesn't want to be punched in the stomach by a robot old man.
Can being punched in the stomach knock somebody out, or is this just something from anime?
If you get hit hard enough, I'm pretty sure if it like knocks the wind out of you, you'll be taken down and maybe lose consciousness temporarily due to lack of oxygen.
Okay. That makes...
Can getting punched in the stomach knock your ass out?
Initializing FakeNet. A punch to the stomach in itself won't be enough to knock down someone unless the punch is incredibly strong or is aimed directly to an organ. That shit probably killed Houdini and King Hippo.
It happens in anime and video games a lot.
In real life, probably.
Actually, it happens in, action movies and stuff.
Do you want to hit each other in the stomach?
Not really.
Until one of us falls?
Not really. I might shit my pants.
Ziggy surveys the room and realizes Lapis has a point.
Go easy on me, okay?
It cuts to Momo, head buried in Shion's chest and crying. It's off screen, but Ziggy then wallops Lapis and we see her fall over. Ziggy then asks forgiveness from the Fed cop, grabs his shoulder with his right hand, and then machine gun gut punches him with his left. Junior then steps over Lapis's unconscious body, telling her, "Thanks, you're pretty cool," which, great line to the cop.
It is a wonderful image to see a person's flailed on the floor, or not flailed, unconscious, sprawled out on the floor. Junior walking by, giving a wave with the subtitle, "Thanks, you're pretty cool."
Thanks. You're pretty cool.
If I ever have to step over an unconscious body, I hope I have the presence of mind to say that.
Yeah.
Shion's like, "Shit, dude, let's go back to the Elsa and dupe those records." Junior tells her that we can't do that unarmed. Chaos thinks our priority should be finding our weapons, and Ziggy agrees. Momo asks Ziggy if Lapis is okay. Ziggy's like, "Yeah, man, I didn't hit her that hard." The gang concludes they need to find their equipment, and it should be in this area. Durandal, playable. The hum is in the background. Why my Chaos? Is he the only one with a weapon because it's the gloves?
Yeah, I think that's it, because I didn't quite catch that we didn't have our equipment. And yeah, he's the one. He's the hand-to-hand fighter. It's like in Chrono Trigger when you only have Ayla and she's the only one that can fight.
Claws.
Yeah. Fists.
Fists. We get into battle immediately, right?
Yep. And Chaos says, "Leave this to me," via text. And then we kill them with chi.
The background roaring resumes, and Shion, my player character, stands next to two bodies.
Yeah.
I headed to the UMN thing to buy some snacks. I only have 77 medkit S's, and what if I need more?
You might need more. There's a hard boss battle coming up pretty soon.
I get something called Equip Item from a chest, but I don't look up what it does.
I don't know what that does.
Did you head into the casino?
Yeah, first I did a little bit of tech point upgrading, got myself Storm Waltz, which is a pretty good Do you use Storm Waltz?
It's possible.
With Junior, it's the one where he throws a bunch of coins and reflects a bullet off a bunch of coins.
Oh, and like the bullet ricochets off all of them?
Yeah, and it attacks the whole party.
In fact, now give us some sweet-ass Storm Waltz audio, please.
Initializing fake net. I think this is it.
In a short while, I will have supreme power as ruler of Video Land.
Sorry, things are mixed up.
Eat this! Storm Wolf!
Oh, that's nice.
It's fine. I found a YouTube video that has all of them.
Oh, good.
Credit to the account. Games variety.
Someone told me that there is a item that you can win from the casino that will make Junior do more damage to the lower health he has. And if you pair that with Storm Waltz, the game becomes simple.
Trivial?
Yeah.
Well, Chris, I do not gamble in real life or in video games, so I would not know this.
So we're running around now.
Yeah. I went to the casino first. Where'd you go?
Also went to the casino to save my game.
NPCs. The 100 series here says some soldiers just took some people outside, and her scanners show that a majority of people on this ship have been captured by soldiers. Speak of the Time Crisis cop. Well, there's a lot of commotion going on outside. Did something happen? I don't really care. I'm concentrating right now, so don't talk to me. Good.
Great. Also, if you do try to leave to the right here, everyone parties out and has a conversation about how we need to go find our weapons.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, stop dallying. There's a soldier at the gambling table. He realizes he's been spotted. I'll have you know, it's not like I'm playing. I'm keeping an eye on the people here. Would you shut up for a second? I'm in the zone right now.
Absolutely in the zone.
Chris, if he were keeping an eye, he'd be aware that Junior Kukai is here.
Yeah. Especially in my case, because he's my player character.
Yeah, he's like, hey man. He's like, but no, he's too deep in the sauce on that craps table, whatever that is.
When I speak to the Time Crisis cop as Junior, he says, you got it all wrong. I'm not slacking off or anything.
And that is the federal, that's like a Lapis homie, right? Like that side, it's not
the Time Crisis.
the Time Crisis cop. Yeah. I'm sorry. Never mind.
Yeah, the Time Crisis ones are Durandal employees. Right. He also says, please, I live to maintain machines. I would never skip work to go gambling.
Oh, I live to maintain machines is a beautiful sentence. It's the cellar door of this video game.
The guy beating on the wall in there, he says, "Little master, I'm washing my hands of gambling after this month," which is probably not true.
I can quit anytime I want, Chris.
There is a Federation soldier that, I don't know if he says this to Shion, but to Junior he says, "Hey, this is no place for a kid like you to come to."
Oh no, he just thinks Junior's a boy.
Yeah. Oh, then he says, "It's you, little master." So I guess maybe it isn't a Time Crisis. I mean, a Federation cop. He says, "Quit killing time here and do something about the military out front."
Time killers.
Yes.
Enemies we fight include Federation soldiers. They got brown coats, white pants, Soldier Man, and Gertzog FEs, Mech Man, blue and white. Is this a guy or is this a robot?
I think it's a robot. It's like an automaton, right?
Sure. I don't know. I go to the resting room and I take a nap. A closet has the armory key. The robot says, "Oh, scary. I hate soldiers with guns." You go to the hangar.
I had to go to the hangar, then run back to get the key because I'm stupid.
That's right.
All right, let's go to the hangar, Eric.
Great. Well, there's only one thing to do here, Chris, is to use the key on that munitions area and get a decoder 5, MSS 540, and a frame repair Z, unless you got something else out of that.
No, decoder 5, frame repair Z, and it's the same thing.
And then go to the dock.
The area to the right is prohibited currently because of the security level.
You got to find a way around. I bust up a Gertzog to a secret path to the roof of the Elsa, which I have to jump over to. The jump is hilariously, outrageously high. There's no way anyone else could do this other than Ziggy, but we all do it anyway. Shion then auto-walks to the hatch, opens it, and hops into an elevator. I unlock segment 8 on the Elsa and get a robot part left leg.
Robot part left leg.
Robot part left leg.
Oh, man, I probably missed that, but I'm sure I can go get it
It's
later.
on the Elsa. You can get it whenever you want.
The Elsa doesn't crash, right?
Elsa, cutscene. Cosmos lab.
Yep.
Shion takes a thing out of the bottom of Cosmos' bed. She sits down and says, "Here we go."
Here we go.
That's Mario. I'm going to have to play Mario and Shion at the same time and do them multiple times.
Here we go.
Here we go! Here we go!
She asks Alan to run backup for her. He's hesitant, but then he shakes it off, telling Shion,
Get a grip. Don't worry. I'll back you up no matter what happens.
Hell yeah, dude. Shion puts on her cool red-tinted glasses and we're ready to rock. She then asks the sleeping Cosmos if she's ready. The world around the room distorts for everyone. Or maybe just Junior, because Shion's character model isn't wearing the glasses anymore. The background twists and distorts like someone's doing Super Mario 64 face shit to the background. Junior seems to be the only one to notice, though. It's like he's having, everyone's taking the same acid, but only he's freaking out.
Yeah, I think we're going to find out later that Shion and Junior are more intricately connected to this experience than everyone else.
Right. They have special brain shit going on that connects them to the situation.
Yeah.
Now we're inside something.
The Encephalon.
It's raining.
Yeah, it's raining. There is a ominous skyscraper.
Yeah.
In front of a red sky. That red sky kind of looks like the same sort of red and sort of purple energy that was floating around in some of the Junior flashbacks earlier. When Junior was with the Guinan cat and whatnot.
Oh, Guinan cat background. Yeah. That's right.
My current read on that is that is some sort of emanation of Udo or Udo itself.
You can hallucinate cats when you're high on the Udo?
Of course.
Shion stands alone in her work clothes staring at the sky. Shion says no, but no words come out. She's at the foot of a tower and she looks up toward the sky. We get some weird lens trick where the building appears to grow in size. Lightning strikes, thunder cracks, and Shion grabs her head, doubles over, and screams.
The lightning and the thunder cracking here, thundercracker here.
Multiple thundercrackers.
Yes. is emblematic of Shion's trauma from Kevin.
Yep, a very clear distinction.
Kevin Thunder.
Kevin Thunder.
But then the rain and thunder fade. Shion slowly takes her hands off her head, looks around, and finds herself at dusk, apparently in the same playground where Jan Sar, a.k.a. Ziggy, gave his kid the robot dog.
Yeah, does this mean he's from Miltia?
I think it means it's from Miltia. I also think it means, we need an asset, reuse the dog one. Although it would be cool if they were all connected in the past Miltian life at same...
Yeah. Can Ziggy be connected to this shit because he's a cyborg?
I mean, Ziggy is quite literally the intersection between man and machine, as opposed to machine that wants to be man, etc. A little girl in a blue dress is lightly swinging alone on a swing set. It cuts to a close-up shot of her face, her mouth, and a hint of her glasses. The camera switches to a wider shot, and it's clear now that this is young Shion.
Yeah, I thought for sure it was going to be young, a little freaky Ellie girl.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking it was going to be. Or maybe freaky Ellie girl is young Shion. We don't know at this point.
Also possible.
Old Shion gasps. Chris, what would you do if you went to a swing set? Would you recognize your 7-year-old self?
Yeah, I think so.
You think that fuck, that's me?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I think so.
You
wouldn't?
I don't know. I don't really know what I looked like when I was 7.
You don't occasionally look at pictures from back then?
I don't have access to any of those. They're on albums buried in my parents' house.
Oh, well. Maybe.
Plus, you have kids who are at least 50% of you that you I'm sure you look at and go, fuck, that's my eye.
Occasionally, yeah. Occasionally from a certain angle, I'll be whoa, that kid looks like me.
He's going to grow up to be me. God damn it.
Yeah, this is not good.
Not good. Not another one. Young Shion dismounts from the swing set and runs past old Shion toward a sweater vest motherfucker. Daddy, she yells.
Daddy!
Old Shion repeats a confused, Daddy.
Daddy?
As young Shion reaches the man, the daddy.
Daddy.
He tells his daughter,
all right, Shion, let's go home.
A confused young Shion says,
we're not going to see Mom?
Father Daddy holds young Shion's hand and replies,
no, not today. We'll visit her tomorrow, okay?
Okay. The father and daughter begin to shuffle off out of the dream.
So we are learning now that Shion has trauma beyond Kevin.
Right.
The end comes beyond Kevin.
There is pre-trauma unrelated to Kevin with some parental fuckage of filial duties.
Yes.
We then shift to a first-person point of view behind the eyes of old Shion. Her right hand extends into her line of sight as old Shion begs, "Wait, don't go." Music, Nephilim plays as Shion hears a voice say,
"You cannot go."
Yeah.
Shion frantically looks around the playground with the camera still in first person until Shion spies the ghost little girl at the bottom of the slide.
Yeah.
Ghost girl speaks again.
"That's right. This was the last day you spent together with your father."
Ghost girl stands up and brushes herself off, ending the conversation by telling Shion,
"We have much to talk about."
Fade to black.
Are we going to be lore dumped here? Do you feel at this point in time that you're about to get some answers about what's going on? Or is this merely setting up the final act?
I think we're going to get partial answers here.
I think so too.
I think the whole... Because Shion's parents are dead. We know that, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and I just think we're going to get some exploration about maybe what drove her to work with Kevin to make Robot Lady.
Okay.
That's what I hoped at this point.
Okay. Makes sense.
Because why else would someone dream to make a robot lady? We need like foundational belief systems from Shion because it's a video game and that can't be vague.
You don't make robot ladies unless you have some sort of foundational trauma.
Right, or you're really horny.
Yeah, what was the reason that he made the robot lady in Ex Machina? Do you remember that movie?
Oh man, you mean the one that danced with them in the dance number? Or do you mean like which robot lady?
I thought there was only one robot lady.
No, his assistant, the Asian lady that they did the dance sequence with, that was also a robot. I don't think you were aware of that until like near the end.
Okay. It's been a while since I've seen that movie. But what wasn't that guy's reason was that he was just a fucked up tech billionaire?
I think so, but he definitely fucked the robot.
Oh, yeah.
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 But if he's a tech billionaire, he does not have to have a robot to fuck. Like he can...
Right, but amongst his many fuck interests have to be a robot at some point.
Okay. That's...
Like after you get through like the alligator... Every sex worker in the 50-mile area, you need new stuff if you're a tech billionaire to fuck. Okay. This is all speculative. I don't know. FakeNet in Ex Machina was the assistant of robot. I'm now doubting myself.
Initializing FakeNet. Kyoko, played by Sonoya Mizuno, was a robot.
Go ahead, dance with her.
Spoilers for a 10-year-old movie, I guess. Mystery location, cutscene. Song of Nephilim plays as Junior, Momo, and Ziggy regain consciousness in a dark, cataclysmic area.
Because we know it's the Song of Nephilim, because the song is called Song of Nephilim.
Right, Nephilim song.
Because we're looking up the soundtrack. Is this literally the song that drives us unto madness?
Yeah, it is your Imagine Dragons in my truck. Yeah, that's what's playing for them right now.
Yeah, okay. You know what I should have said for my personal Song of Nephilim?
Okay, what is it?
Christmas.
What do you mean Christmas?
Music, all of it.
Okay, all okay.
Like much of it, I guess.
A whole bunch of it. Surely Chris is talking
I like
about...
Greensleeves, which is in this game, so.
Yeah. Is Greensleeves Christmas music? That just fucked me up.
I feel like I hear a lot of Christmas.
FakeNet, is Greensleeves Christmas music?
Initializing FakeNet. Versions of Greensleeves with modified lyrics are also included with Christmas carols, but it is up for you to decide if Paid Intercourse is a tune fit for Saint Nick or Baby Jesus.
A small airship, spotlight out, cruises past them. Junior takes it all in, at least until we hear the sound of boots marching on the ground. Our heroes take cover and hide behind a burned-out car as a small troop of child soldiers, basically juniors with blonde hair, march in a 2x2 configuration. Junior knows what's up.
No doubt about it. They're URTV.
Chris, what's that?
It's...
Chris, the database.
URTV. When I see the acronym URTV...
Do you flash back to Xenosaga?
No. I think about just the term you're a TV. And it makes me think about...
that. It's not that dumb.
It makes me... I know. But it makes me think about the...
you're a TV.
It makes me think about the...
Prince Robot?
Prince Robot, yeah.
He is a TV.
Yeah.
They don't tell you why, just that he is.
Oh, man. Saga's great.
Saga is good. Thank you for giving me that book.
Yeah, if you ever want to... I mean, you're going to wait till it's done before you read the rest of it?
I'll be alive until it's done, probably.
Yeah, they sometimes take like 2-year breaks, so...
That's fine. I've got at least 25, 30 years.
Okay. Probably better, because every time a new issue comes out, I read it, and before I read it, I'd be like, what the fuck happened in the last one?
Mm-hmm. I don't want that. I'm just going to reread the original when the new, be fine.
URTV, short for Udo Retrovirus.
Fuck.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Also known as U-Retrovirus, a biological weapon whose life energy wavelengths cancels out that of Udo. 669 units were created by the late Dr. Dmitry Yuriev, head of the Yuriev Institute. Dr. Yuriev is the genetic father of the URTV.
There's so much in that.
Yeah. There's more in that than there was in the EPR thing, even though it was much shorter.
669 is the final serial number on that, which is what Guinan's got,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Or does Guinan have 666? Junior has 666.
Yeah, Junior has 666.
So they're like last off the assembly line, and there's two between those. One of them is probably fucking Albedo.
It's got to be.
Because of that shit.
And we're going to see Albedo shortly in a flashback.
That means there's one more, right? Off that last assembly line?
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be one. And then it says they have energy.
It's Solidus.
Yeah, there's a Solidus. There's definitely... there is another. They also give off energy radiation that combats Udo. They are robots meant to march and fight Udo just by their sheer essence of being.
Yes, they're... Yeah, mm-hmm.
I'm just making sure that that's what that said, because there was a lot.
Yeah.
Also, genetic father. So these are Momo Yuli daughters to genetic brother, father, mothers of Yuli. Is Momo Jr.'s sister, and is that fucked up?
No, it's not Mizrahi, it's Yuriev.
Oh, Dmitry Yuriev, right.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I get my Russian philosophers confused so frequently.
Yeah, it happens. But I don't think Momo is genetically similar to
her mom,
Mizrahi. Oh, she does?
Yeah, it's daddy. She's made to look like his original daughter.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Okay.
Now, I don't know if there's like egg and semen, like juice cloning in that, or if Momo's all robot. We don't know if URTVs are all... Because it says it's genetic material. It was his like biological data digitized and reproduced to make URTVs. Is that how Momo was made?
Yeah. Where does the egg come from?
Eggs!
I got Ziggy looking at shit.
That's right. Ziggy adds further context.
I see. It would appear that this is more than just a hallucination. What is this place? Do you recognize it?
Junior does it. You know how strong the drugs have to be to pull your friends into your hallucination?
Oh, very strong. Cosmos level strong.
There's that Twin Peaks thing where it's like all the people in your dream are you, which will just make anyone have an existential crisis for 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's true. This game is doing a very good job of finding a way to pull us into a flashback.
Yeah.
Remember when the Star Dragon Sword took us into Ted's past?
That's right. And Suicode and Chris's reference in the previous season.
Yeah, please see season 4. But that was not as deft as this.
No, that was not elegant. It was just like, we're going here. There's only one town.
I don't remember how Final Fantasy VII does it, but I think it just does it, right?
Cloud just tells a story when they're in the calm.
Okay,
cabin.
That works. But this allows for some mechanical congruency. Like we can continue being our characters.
Yeah, and we can still level up inside the dream.
Fuck.
You ever leveled up in a dream, Chris? Came out with extra knowledge you didn't have before from deep within yourself, told you by someone who's not you, but also you at the same time?
I haven't had that happen, but...
It's possible. Look forward to your next dream tonight. Your nights into dreams. Junior doesn't answer, and Ziggy presses him. Ziggy asks again, and Junior answers.
If this isn't an illusion, and my memory's correct, this is... Miltia. From 14 years ago.
14 years?
14 years. It's our 500 years of Xenosaga.
Is everybody related to the 14 years ago at this point in time?
I think so. That was like the origin spawn point for future friend group JRPG party.
That's
except
true.
for Momo.
Yeah, it's the orphanage of...
yeah,
of
this is our orphanage. Miltia is the orphanage. Junior runs off, and Momo wonders what's got his goat. Ziggy thinks Junior has his reasons, and he can't let go of them. But he can't go off alone. Fade to black. Playground, cutscene, music, Nephilim plays. Shion stands opposite the ghost girl. You've been waiting? For us? She asks. Chaos and Alan then appear behind Shion. I'm like, well, that's fucking convenient. Good. Alan wonders where they are, and Shion does not answer, which is beautiful. The little girl tries to hold Shion's hand, and we briefly cut to a shot from her point of view where Alan, Shion, and Chaos are staring directly into her soul. Once again, Shion asks who she is. This time, the little girl replies,
I am Nephilim. That's what I have been called. Ever since I existed in this form.
Ever since I existed in this form, was she not a girl before? Was she an Udo?
She was an Udo or an idea or a substance or space madness. Maybe she was a gnosis. We don't know. Where it's like, does Christ take different forms? And, can Satan be a snake?
Well, yeah, of course.
This is her first form as a little girl.
If she's associated with the Zohar, which I'm assuming she is because that's when we first encountered her.
Manifestation of the Zohar?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Maybe.
Good point. No, it's possible.
I mean, that's kind of what...
It's the best guess so far.
That's kind of what Ellie was in Xenogears, almost. Or at least the original.
Yeah, kind of.
I don't remember all the Cadmoni and all that kind of stuff and how all that stuff intersected, but ultimately, like,
The contact seeks the Sophia.
That character was created because of Abel's desire for a mother.
Right.
So
the desire for a mother connects a lot of us, Chris.
That's true.
Our Oedipal complexes.
Yes.
Miltia flashback playable. It's a new place, Chris, which means a new background noise capture. It's whirring, but with future battle noises in the background.
And a save point.
We have control of Ziggy, Jr., and Momo.
By the way, what did you think of my home-produced background noise that I made in the last
It was wonderful. What did you record? The refrigerator?
As I was editing that, I was like, fuck, I have to do this. But
Yeah.
right when I did
Give yourself homework.
Right when I did that, the AC came on, or the HVAC came on, so I just pumped the mic up and held it up.
Recorded an HVAC.
I recorded the HVAC, and then I messed with the pitch and stuff a little bit. Until
Damn.
It sounded good.
My guy pitch shifted the AVAC.
Yeah.
HVAC.
It's true.
I can remix that.
Yeah.
This shit is fucked, man. Ruined city streets and what little organic material is left is on fire. Yellow spotlights look for us overhead. Chris, I have not played with Ziggy or Momo since we last played with Ziggy or Momo on Pleroma. Nothing is unlocked. I haven't done anything to them.
Same.
I get into all these battles on purpose. I got sighted by all of the spotlights.
Did you put Momo in the back row so she wouldn't get fucked?
I put her behind Ziggy because he has that power-up thing with her back there.
I learned, not here, but I learned a little bit later that if you start Momo in the back row and then you move her to the front row, it does conserve her AP so that she can immediately go into it.
Oh, good. And it's like a guard or something at that point?
Yeah, it's the same as a guard, basically.
Okay, that makes sense because she's guarding in the back row, I guess. So there's like 8 or 9 battles here, but they're all against Dirvonger, which are purple uniformed soldier guys.
Yeah, and their occasional helicopter, the Cubal.
The platypus helicopter.
Oh yeah, it does kind of look like the platypus. It looks a little bit like a whale Pokemon too.
And these things give out a tremendous amount of points, so I think they're kind of aware that your Junior and Momo, or excuse me, your Ziggy and Momo may not be up to snuff at this point.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is just one ruined street, and we kick out to another cutscene as we also kick out to the real net.
Initializing real net.
Hello, real net. Hi, how are you today? Welcome to the program, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday afternoon. There's a lot of people here tonight. Wow.
It's not a night, Chris. It's a morning.
It's true. I'm used to saying tonight. Mel Cosmic Crown says, I do not like green eggs and ham.
Eggs!
WP says, my friend used to play Pokemon Go on marathons.
Honestly, I can see that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty fun.
Whatever takes your mind off the pain after like mile 18, sure, get into it.
Yeah, it's true. Monsieur Shock says, love council of fucked up guys. That's why I play White Wolf tabletop RPGs. They're full of council of fucked up guys.
It really is a concept that reaches across different brands of fiction and play.
You know, like a tabletop RPG where you just roleplay as a council of fucked up guys with a sort of a DM that like lays out the scenarios would be amazing.
It would.
I would play that. Cliff Racer says, I got the impression that no one is loyal to the Federation itself, but it hangs on because of inertia and the fact that the alternative is Universe War 3.
Yeah, we have to maintain our institutions to prevent this.
Yeah.
I've never in my life wanted to design a board game until right now when I want to make a council of fucked up guys the board game.
Oh, yeah.
Where the players are the council of fucked up guys trying to subvert government overreach or some shit like that.
Yeah. And everybody can get a card where they have a
secret objective.
A secret scenario objective.
Yeah. Is it like Werewolf where there's someone else on the team that shares your objective but you don't know who it is?
It is kind of like a hidden role game, but with a little bit more mechanical. Yeah. You know, there probably is a game like that.
Yeah, there's probably got to be. It's not called that, but I'm sure it's. We're not smart enough to come up with 2. Or I'm not.
Psycho Ranger says, my favorite council of fucked up guys move is when they speak as if they're being watched by a third-person omniscient observer and start using deliberately vague nouns that would confuse anyone but the most fucked up guys, and nobody's like, who's him?
Yeah.
And we're 3 hymns deep into our fucked up plan.
That is the model. That is the blueprint.
Yeah. John Doe says, I'm losing my shit that Takahashi is using the fucking EPR paradox to explain space cell phones. That's really one of the biggest revelations of this episode, I think.
Do you think someone just gave a guy homework on the team like, hey, figure out how they can communicate in space on cell phones? And he went, oh.
Yeah, but he didn't come back for like 3 days.
Yeah. He went to go Lycos that real quick.
He spent 3 work days on that. John Doe says, Eric brought up anime, he has to put on the hat.
No, that's not true. As I'm not an expert. I could not wield that hat with authority. It'd be an imposter. I would pervert the concept of the anime hat.
Cliff Racer says, if you could constantly say, ooh, do on work Zoom calls, you'd do it. Yeah, I would.
I'd do it.
You're right. I would do that.
Like as they end and then someone catches you doing it one time.
Ooh, do. Jesse says, what are segment address keys if not NFTs? They should be shaped like the UMN mascot smoking cigars or wearing stupid hats or something.
That's a good point. They should all be uniquely colored like that with your stupid ape clip art.
John Doe says, do we ever get an explanation for why Junior put a fucking casino on his ship? Is this a Men of the Sea bar right by the bridge kind of thing.
I see that as throwing a bone to the men. So not only it can make money for him, but also it can entertain them because gambling is highly addictive.
Yeah.
And like most of the sailor boys on this ship are going to fall for that shit.
Yeah, once the religious artifact recovery business dried up, he had to start to diversify.
Yeah, you need something else. And what better than to get your own onboard DraftKings?
Mm-hmm. That's true. Enough with your Mariah Carey gifts. You cannot hurt me.
One of the most embarrassing moments of my life was when Mariah Carey's Fantasy came out when I was in 8th grade. And it got stuck in my head or something. And I was humming it to myself in like before class started. And a girl recognized that I was humming Mariah Carey's Fantasy.
Oh.
That was deeply embarrassing that I was acknowledging Mariah Carey as a 12-year-old.
John Doe says, hell fucking yes, we're at the conflux of fate. That really is the part of the game that we're at. That should be like a designated portion of every RPG, with the conflux of fate.
Yeah, that's good.
I like that. That should be a thing. All right. Oh, you know what? Jesse says Twilight Imperium is kind of a scenario, guys, the board game. I would play the shit out of Twilight Imperium if I could find somebody as sick as me to play it.
I just like the name.
It is basically a space scenario guy board game, but I think the board is probably as big as this table.
Oh, no, that's too intimidating for me.
It's one
Chris.
of those things.
Can't make that kind of commitment.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called right now. Or maybe is Twilight Imperium the Cold War game or the space game?
That sounds very spacish.
I've played the digital version of the Cold War game, and it was really cool, but it needed to not be on my phone. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us this afternoon on this Saturday podcast. We'll see you on the next episode of Retrograde Amnesia. Twilight Struggle. Excuse me. Twilight Struggle is the Cold War game.
Okay.
This episode is a production of Retrograde Amnesia recorded on December 9th, 2023. You can reach us by email at podcast@retrogradeamnesia.com. On Twitter at RetroAmnesiaPod. On Blue Sky
I think it's just Retrograde Amnesia. I think I got that, didn't I?
Okay. On YouTube, we're out there. You can go out there and leave a comment on an episode if you like, or give us a like, or follow it, or whatever. I don't know. It's fine. I stream there sometimes too, by the way, publicly. So anybody who follows the Retrograde Amnesia YouTube account will be notified of my occasional streams where I play Xenosaga and talk about Christmas shopping. And you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/retroam, where you can get bonus episodes, a mini-series, and access to the real net. Thank you, Mark
Shepard,
for the intro music.
You're welcome, Chris.
Thank you, WorldSyn, for the podcast artwork. Until next time, Eric.
Yes, we will Miltia a flashback.
sayonara, baby.
Has a Muppet farted?
Like I've got Muppet Movie, Muppet Caper, the classics ingrained in my brain, but I don't know.
Not that I know of. Okay, talk again.
Hey, I convicted a guy of murder yesterday.
You did in your jury duty. Yeah, he did it.
Yeah, he did it.
Oh, shit. I didn't know you were on a trial like that. Wow.
This is like a 30-minute story, but the gist of it, the analogy that someone made, we were into like hour 3 of the jury deliberations, and the guy just went, "This is a fucking escape room."
Yes.
We need to find the clue that convinces the other 2 people to change their mind, and we can escape this room. Because there were like new people that didn't quite get it, people that were disengaged. It was a goddamn escape room.
Yeah. Wow. That's a pretty good analogy. Wow. Well, I'm glad you sided with the police, Eric.
You know, I felt bad about that. If you'll notice, I covered up my laptop part that says the only blue life that matters is Sonic.
Yeah.
Because I answered one question about that while I was in the jury pool. I didn't want to answer anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
And Chris, I sided with the Commonwealth, not with the police. Thank you.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, the first cop that came in to testify was doing this a lot. And I was like, well, maybe it's a sinus thing. Then he started doing this with his jaw.
Ooh.
Fucking coke jaw shit the entire time.
That's something there.
That's the police.
This is the police. Is okay. Yeah, it's been a long morning. We had a race this morning. Final race of the season.
Fuck yeah, Dad's got more free time now. I've got to turn in my report for my class tomorrow, and then I have no obligations besides Retrograde Amnesia until January 6th. I mean, you still have to go and be a family man and the whole day job thing.
Yeah, but I've got some vacation time to take, and 2 miles back, but I came through the gravel and then went around the big egg loop to finish the 4th mile, which I liked that run too because it change of scenery and whatnot.
You said eggs, but you didn't push the button.
Eggs. Thank you for that. So anyway,
congratulations! I'm excited for you.
Yeah, I'm.
Are you going to run the mini with a pocket station in your back pocket?
I won't do that. I will. I'll come up with some sort of stupid gimmick.
A gimmick, yeah.
As long as it's not a gimmick that can distract me.
Hindrance and hurt.
Yeah, because this is going to be. There's going to be a lot of
mental focus,
of mental things to overcome. I think I'm probably going to stop at mile 4 and hang out with my friend for like 30 seconds.
People do that shit all the time.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah.
Is he doing a water station at that point?
Yeah. He. Real world. Sorry, had that.
No, say it right and then dub it in.
Real
later.
world.
We'll fix it.
Real world. All right, there we go. Something funny just happened. I got a notification on my computer about like your memories from today or whatever. From
time hop shit.
From my OneDrive thing, and it was just a picture of Kazuya.
Good.
So I must have.
That's great. You've been thinking about Kazuya.
I must have downloaded Kazuya that day and to send for some reason.
The day Chris downloaded Kazuya.
Yeah.
.com.
Anyway,
toward a sweeter.
Panda Pajamas made the Guinan Kukai Lapis Roman farmer thing. It's on
already.
It's on the screen right now.
God damn it! Can we tweet that? Can I tweet that under the account with full credit? That's God. Oh. I can't look at that. It's giving me psychic damage. I didn't expect it to be manifested this early.
It's happening.
I got fucked. This place is fucked up, man. Ruined city streets with little organic.
Do we want to? After you just describe the streets, do you want to like go to the next episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But this is very short. Is there anyone in Gundam named like Errol Deepness?
No, Deepness is about two on the nose, I think.
Okay, but he would be shallow.
No.
He would actually be deep. The names are literal toward their profession or
no
disposition.
The names are nonsense. Like there's a character in Iron Blooded Orphans called Biscuit Griffin.
Okay, so their names, and this is a reach. I'm going to need you to dig in the memory. Their names are AOL free CD login keys.
They can be, yeah. Sometimes there is a method to the naming. Like in Gundam Wing, all of the characters are named after numbers in different languages. Like there's a quattro and a tres and
great.
a troa, I guess.
Yeah, troa, my favorite Spanish number.
I don't know. I don't know what language that is, but there's a troa in that. Anyway, whatever. Not all of them, but many of them.
Big eyes. Your Imagine Dragons in my truck. Yeah, that's what's playing for them right now.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, I use karaoke versions of that when I put it in the background, so hopefully we're not going to get copyright fucked.
Oh, no, I think it'll be fine.
Okay, good. It's transformative.
Yeah, transformative. You know what I should have said for the... Are we getting... Her
right hand extends into... Carbonated beverage.
Yeah, natural caffeine.
Her right hand extends into her...
Must have been... So, yeah... Okay, I got it. Wilhelm was the chair of a council of fucked up guys. Whether or not it's the same council as the fucked up guys that we've seen,